Imagine your job is to ruin people's sanity, not to fight ghosts, but to be the reason people move out at 3 AM. That is basically Ghostmaster Resurrection. It's a remaster of the original Ghostmaster, but it's got new content sprinkled on top. It also looks better now, and it always had that whole unlock things as you go vibe that I grew up with. That and well, I asked for a key, and I got the game for free. Funny enough, I thought about doing a video on this before, on the original, but I just couldn't get OBS to record the game.
What is your name, Spirit?
No matter what I did, I could never record the footage, just the audio. What am I supposed to do with a black screen? Well, that is no longer an issue. Not on the remaster at least. And since I wanted to check this out, I might as well turn the whole thing into a video. So, let's see how evil we can get. We are summoned mid-intro. You name your character, which implies that we are an evil spirit too, but we won't have ourselves as a ghost. It's pretty obvious. We are the Ghostmaster, and I've already played for a little bit so I could get used to the camera and the controls once again, but we start off with 8 ghosts. Haunting 101 and Weird Seance are the first 2 levels. As for the Ghoul Room, that is where we'll manage our ghosts. You can upgrade stuff, change their moves, all that jazz. Now, about the ghosts. You cannot use them all at the same time. You pick your team based on what you want to achieve, and you can't just spam scares. Your ghosts are tied to objects, called fetters. So you have to place them smart, manage their energy, and chain abilities together. Scaring people is what builds up plasma, which is what lets you do the really nasty stuff later. As for the people themselves, they aren't all the same either. Some get scared easily, some don't believe in ghosts. Some simply lose their minds. So it turns it into this weird mix of planning, timing, unlocking, and just being an absolute menace. Oh, and if you play it right, you can unlock even more ghosts mid-level, which basically snowballs the chaos. So yeah, it starts simple, and then suddenly you're orchestrating a full-on psychological breakdown on a game that feels casual. Anyways, let's go over Haunting 101.
You are ready for your field training, young Ghostmaster. We are taking you to the Kappa Lambda sorority house in Gravenville University. Only a small number of sorority girls are in residence at the moment, but scaring them all away should be a sufficient test of your abilities.
During the team selection, we get a glimpse of what we will unlock. Sprites, disturbances, elementals, vapors, frighteners, and horrors. I'm just going to use the recommended team. The tutorial starts by explaining to you camera movement and rotation, how to check the floors, how to bind ghosts to fetters, and the description of the powers. Scares both require and generate plasma.
Dreaded dust! I used to command the storms, dearie, but since I went and got myself sucked into this electric broomstick, all I can manage is this infernal sneezing! It'd be a different matter if I got free, mind you. I'd whip up a storm to wake the dead!
And one thing that I love is that you can basically go to anyone's POV, ghost or human. You can also read about everyone, but you can also very much just wing it for the most part, especially at the start. Now, during these levels there are ghosts that you can free. They've got their little quests, we just need to use our brain, and we will be able to add them to our arsenal immediately. For example, Weather Witch is stuck on a vacuum cleaner. That is an electrical object. Cogjaw's wild and crazy power can free her. And the first level's goal is simply to scare everyone away from the home. When people have had enough spooks, they will live on their own. I'm just going to place the ghosts near the living room because it's an area that people use a lot. Choose the low-level spooks, and as time passes, more plasma and bigger spooks will lead to more terror, madness, or belief. Once that threshold is crossed, they're out of here. It's that simple for the tutorial. Now, you can, and in some levels you will have to target and manipulate people in order for them to progress the levels. What I like about Ghostmaster is that it integrates all this into a story. This isn't just a game where every single level you scare everyone out of the home, but we'll get there when we get there. For now, I'll just use Nancy as an example to explain the NPCs a little bit better. Nancy's bio says that she is scared of anything with more than 4 legs. Clatterclaw is basically a ghost spider, so she's likely to naturally be more affected by it than, let's say, Weather Witch. And if our goal is to get these 7 out of here, it will only speed things up to understand how it all really works. And we can see exactly what those limits are and how close the people are to losing their cool. For Nancy, her limits are 40 points of terror or madness, or 100 of belief. Funny enough, I'm 22.5 belief points away from getting her out, but it would be over 35 terror or madness points to get the same result. Now, this can be a waiting game, or this can be extremely targeted. If an NPC is walking to a room, you can just bind the ghost there instead of waiting for them to come to your ghosts. And while this won't be an issue, at least for me on the first few levels, you do have to pay attention on how much plasma your ghosts are using. It's gotta be sustainable. If they are draining more than they are generating, or if you find yourself below the minimum requirements, you're done. And there will be situations where you will have to unbind your ghosts or be strategic with their powers. But hey, the recommended team's recommended for a reason, and that reason is not creativity. I could just go and make a coffee and I'll likely return to a victory since this is just a tutorial. Eventually, we see someone leave. And seriously, for a game that came out in 2003, the POV is great. I know it's 2026 and it's still janky as hell, the camera, the POV I mean, but it's a remastered, not a remake. Something else we're gonna be using, for example, are orders. If I want a ghost to use the ability that uses the most plasma, there will be situations, like here in the tutorial, where I don't care which ability they use. But if Cogjaw was being goofy instead of using wild and crazy, I could have just ordered him to only use the ability I chose instead of any abilities, including and below the plasma threshold I chose. And there's more orders, obviously. Before you know it, we've done it. Scenario completed. You see your total score and you can earn pumpkins. Those are for leveling up stuff. Now let's take a look at the ghoul room. The first thing we notice is our mansion, and those green circles are where your ghosts will be. They're not gonna be roaming around. That way, they're extremely easy to find. I've got 1700 plasma and 9 pumpkins. Now let's say I want to improve our talents. I'm just gonna use one as an example. To make our electric powers 3% better, that can cost me 6 pumpkins. And if I want to exchange pumpkins into gold plasma, or gold plasma into pumpkins, I can do that too. The plasma, that'll be how we'll buy powers for our ghosts. We're not stuck with their initial moves, we can customize them. Man, I miss this era of gaming. Unlocking stuff nowadays is just paywalls, pre-orders, loot boxes. It's garbage and it's not maximizing games to be the most fun they can be. No excuses, I don't care if it's optional, I don't care if it's cosmetic. There is not one single scenario where that is not baiting a player into spending money or time. And time is valuable. I don't know if you noticed, but we die. Boo. Anyways, let's go into a weird seance.
The smug and irritating youths of the Alpha Tau fraternity mock the supernatural and do not respect the dead. One desires that they be made to experience the full power of the spirit world. And now, an opportunity has arisen. As the young mortals gather for a party, 3 socially maladjusted individuals are attempting a seance in the basement. The members of the fraternity believe they are tuning up their generator, not calling upon the spirit world. They are opening the door. You must not disappoint them. Everyone must be driven away in terror. Then they will know the true power of the supernatural.
Already did this one too, so I'll just go for the recommended team once again, and this time we are not only able to use 5 ghosts instead of 4, but we'll also be unlocking 3 ghosts during this level.
Drive the Alpha Tau fraternity from their frat house.
Oh, hello. I'm Lucky, and this Lucky's beeping table. Table usually warm and safe, but sometimes table zaps Lucky, which Lucky not like. Table only zaps when 2-legged things play well, though, and 2-legged things not play so well no more. So Lucky, stay here and keep warm.
To free Lucky, we need to use his charm to make people want to play pinball. And then we need enough plasma to use his luck storm to get the frat idiots to actually play well. And I know he says that he's all warm and cozy and that he gets zapped when they play well, but I also see that chain. It ain't like Lucky's free to leave. And the whole point of the game is to unlock ghosts. Next, we've got Terror Eyes.
You would think being chopped up for illegal research would be enough for dignity. Without Kit stealing all that's left of me, this jar's lid isn't as snug as those I'm accustomed to. If you break me out, I'll help you create quite a spectacle.
To free Terror Eyes, we need to break the brain jar. Ether has an ability called Chattering Song. It's not the most pleasuring soundbite, but the name couldn't be more obvious to this task. Lastly, there's Wendell.
Hey dude, like what do you call it when my 3 geekazoid friends hold a seance for me? Neuromancy. Hey, I killed me, man. And that dumb hazing stuff the Alpha Towers put me up to was suicide. I need payback on the leader, man. Make like Linda Blair and set his head is spinning.
Wendell's got a really sad story, but it's a bit too late, so let's focus on helping him get his revenge on the frat leader. And the moment that guy is scared into leaving the house, that will free Wendell. Eventually, Lucky's Luckstorm hits. I spent a bit of time watching POVs until Shattering Storm did the same, and as people getting scared and leaving, Wendell too is free. Now, here in Weird Seance, we also want to scare everyone away, except on the basement, there are 3 dudes trying to get in touch with Wendell's spirits. Those 3 are not going anywhere until we spook them, so let's force them to move, the ghosts will get them to leave, and we are ready for a more complex challenge. The Calamityville Horror.
A sweet little old lady used to dwell within these walls, but her mind was fading, and her sanity fleeting. She loved receiving visitors, and hated to see them go. So she administered arsenic in their tea, and made certain they would stay a while. Stay forever! The house itself has become unsettled by these events, and although it is not truly sentient, we still have a duty to protect the interests of the unseen world. Let the events that have until now been hidden become known to the mortals. Reveal the corpses to them, and your goal shall be fulfilled. But beware. For one cadaver may not suffice to convince the skeptical police that something sinister is afoot.
So, I'm up on this roof, fixing the shoddy coax antenna, thinking a coat hanger would do better, when I start feeling queasy. I'm thinking maybe the little old lady used non-dairy creamer in the tea, when my gut explodes. I made a grab for the chimney, but I guess I lunged too far, because now I'm stuck in it. Give me a hand, would you?
To release static, we need to dislodge his skeleton from the chimney. And while Tremor didn't do it for me, because I used it too soon, we've got options. Next, Maxine.
Hello, sir. Or madam, or, well, whatever you are. Can I interest you in our range of facial care products? Our hydrating night silk works in conjunction with our non-foaming, revitalizing face wash and our botanical moisture splash. May I spritz you with our fragrance? If we could just arrange to demonstrate our products on one of the ladies of the house, I'm sure we can reach some amicable arrangement regarding the purchase of our fine range of perfumery and cosmetic enhancement solutions.
She too will need to be found, despite being in a boarded room in the attic. And lastly, we've got an Edgar Allan Poe Easter egg. Arclight's spirit is stuck too.
She seemed like such a sweet old dear, making me tea and all when I came to fix the boiler. Next thing I know, I'm a dead man. She's bricked me up. I reckon I could escape into a mortal's body if someone would just get close enough.
Our goal on this one isn't to scare anyone away, it's to have the NPCs notice the skeletons, call the police, and when the police finds 2 out of the 3 bodies, we win. Except there's 3 bodies, and you're going to want to unlock them all. I actually had to do this level twice because Static was being, well, he was being too static. I needed him to move. Anyways, I had Maxine using Intrigue, that made a human notice aboard the door, open it up, and see a skeleton. But that doesn't free her, it just makes the NPCs move towards the phone, which makes Big Mama and her partner show up. What a build! Don't know if she's got kids, but I know they ain't hungry. And everything we can do to the regular people, we can do to the officers. I'm talking about seeing them react to the ghosts or scares, their POV. They are just regular NPCs, but once their investigation is complete, they're gonna leave. They don't leave here. To help Arclights, I'm going to use Boo's Rattlechain's power. Pretty self-explanatory, it makes a noise. That makes people come investigate and curiosity gets the best of people. Like the old saying goes, curiosity killed the cats. And that triggers another phone call, so I need to hurry up. Maxine just wanted someone to interact with the beauty products in the home and, well, someone did. She is free. The police came back, and I'm going to use Ghastly to make the fireplace room colder, because that will lead to the fireplace being used. Unfortunately for me, our haunting goals were completed too fast. But you can always revisit a level, though I think you only get more gold plasma if you outperform your score. I'll be honest, I'd have to look it up, and it doesn't matter too much right now. Anyway, since the fireplace's chimney has static skeletons stuck in it, the smoke will stay on the living room, so...
The handyman has arrived. He may be useful in revealing the body.
Does he try to figure out what's wrong? Bones fall off. That unlocks the last ghost, and we can move on to the last level of Act 1. Summoners not included.
A rash professor of the occult recently took a powerful tome to the woods with the goal of summoning an ancient spirit known as the Darkling. Fleeing his cabin after disastrous initial experiments, he renewed his research at the university. 3 of his students, racked with dreams of power, have stolen his notes and journeyed to the cabin intending to locate the arcane book for their own nefarious purposes. Aid them in performing the summoning, so we may recruit the Darkling for ourselves.
My cursed husband buried me here in the darkness. I remember that ghastly tome, his fiendish rituals, my heart slowing as my sanity fled till death. The lust of the living had passed me by, save the desire for revenge. I must show to the living the truth of the dead.
I am known as Whisper Wind, humble scion of the winds. My skies are denied me by uncouth human sorcery, which seals me within this dream catcher. Though I yearn to be free of this ramshackle dangling trinket, to return to the wide world beyond, I cannot escape without aid.
Curse my foolishness. Rain dancer may dance no more. How fetid and foul this porcelain contraption built by mortal hand. When will they unleash the torrent within and flush this spirit's way to freedom?
Now we're talking. There's 3 more ghosts we can unlock. Moonscream, Rain Dancer, and Whisper Winds. And we don't want to spook the 3 humans on this one. We just want to get them to do the ritual to summon the Darkling. For that, we're also going to need to manipulate them into getting to the basement. Using stone walls as tremor shakes the leaves from the trapdoor to the basement. And using Ether's shattering song once again shatters the bind to the object, even though this one isn't made of glass. Then, near a beehive by an outdoor toilet, stone walls as tremor gets it to fall. Notice that there is a key in one of the walls. No beehive means the humans can get to that key and use it to get into the basement. And that makes it 2 out of 3 ghosts. For Moonscream, using her spooky surprise on an NPC is enough to free her. Oh, and Tremor made the book fall. That's needed too. With the 3 NPCs by the book, they can start their ritual, but well, I'll just show you. Deranged professor with a gun. Well, that will prevent our ritual, can't argue against his logic. And there's just something about the combination of the coat and the gun that's funny to me. Probably just because it's unexpected. I love unexpected humor. As you can imagine, we just need to scare away the professor and let the others complete their ritual, which doesn't take long. That makes it the end of Act 1, and I'm gonna leave it here. As always, remember to check the channel and the playlist for more videos, and if you want to help me out, just click that like button, leave a comment, or join as a member if that is something you would do. And I'd like to give a big shout out to Steve Whittle, to John Walker, to Glitchtail, to Devon Lowry, to Zoxies, to Dancing Peach, to Carter Moore, and to you. Thank you so much for watching, I hope you enjoyed, I hope I'll see you on the next one, and I hope you have a good one. Bye!
To join you